Honestly, with how much I played this game, I'm surprised I did not make this video sooner. Hey everyone, it's Originator13 and welcome back to my channel. So for the past year, one of the main games I've been playing was Final Fantasy XIV. And in today's video, I wanted to share my thoughts on what my experience was like for the first year. And if you never played the game before, maybe help decide whether it's worth playing or not. Before we begin, be sure to drop a like and a sub to the channel so you don't miss future gaming videos from me. A little backstory on why I decided to start Final Fantasy XIV. So around late 2023, one of the main games I've been playing was Destiny 2. And honestly, by that point, I just felt burned out from the quality of the DLC that released that year. If you're a Destiny 2 fan, you know which DLC I'm talking about. So I was starting to lose interest in Destiny 2 and I wanted to find another game to keep me occupied to pass the time. Fast forward to January of last year, and some of my favorite streamers were actually streaming an event for an expansion coming up for Final Fantasy XIV, Dawn Trail. It was at this point I had heard about the game, but I never really decided to look more into it because it didn't seem to interest me at that point. So after watching the event, I decided the game looks nice and figured why not give it a shot. And lucky for me, Final Fantasy XIV had a free trial, so that was even more reason to give the game a shot. So I downloaded the game and that is where my addiction began. I did not expect to fall in love with this game so hard. Everything from the story, the community, the different jobs you can play, the dungeons, it just hit all the right marks for me. So today I wanted to share you a few of my favorite things from Final Fantasy XIV and a few of my favorite moments as well. Now I will say when I go over a few parts, especially the story, there may be some spoilers, so I'll be sure to give you a spoiler warning whenever that comes up. Now, my first favorite aspect of Final Fantasy XIV, the story. Now I want to say at the time of this recording, I've only played through A Realm Reborn to Shadowbringers, and I'm currently playing through Endwalker right now. With that being said, the story in this game is some of the best I have seen in a while. Spoiler warning starting now. With A Realm Reborn, honestly, it was a bit of a grind to get past the beginning of the story, but after that, that's when the story really starts to pick up. Once you complete A Realm Reborn, you then move on to Heaven's Ward. Here, you're forced to flee your home after the events of A Realm Reborn. You arrive in a land called Ishgard and help to end a 1,000-year war between dragon and man. After that, you proceed to Stormblood, where your main goal is to liberate 2 regions from Garlean rule. In the Shadowbringers, you're transported to a parallel world trapped in eternal light, where you take on the role of the Warrior of Darkness and fight to restore balance. All these expansions so far were really great when I played through them. If I had to choose one above all, easily Shadowbringers hands down. Everything from the story, the music, the environment, the dungeons, the raids, all have just been top tier for me. And the story so far really got me questioning all the things we've been told through the story so far, and whether the actions we're taking through the story are justifiable. Not to mention the main villain of this arc, Emmett Selk, has easily been one of my favorite villains, not just in Final Fantasy, but of all time. As I mentioned before, I'm currently playing through Endwalker, and I'm really excited to see how this whole saga will conclude. If you want to see me progress through the Endwalker story, you can catch me on Twitch to see me play live, or you can catch me on YouTube when I edit it up and post it on here. Give it the file doesn't get corrupted again. Now moving beyond the amazing story, another aspect that I really enjoyed about Final Fantasy XIV was the versatile job system. As this was my first MMORPG, I wasn't really too familiar with roles and jobs and how all that worked, but now it's become one of my favorite aspects of the game. As of recording this video, there's currently 22 jobs split into 3 roles in Final Fantasy XIV. The 3 roles being tank, healer, and DPS. If you're unfamiliar with the roles like how I was when I first started, here's a quick summary on those 3 roles that I talked about. First up, tanks. Tanks are the ones in the group who make sure the enemy's attention stays on them and away from the other party members, acting like a shield in a way for your team. Next up are the healers, which as the name implies, their main job is to heal the party and keep them alive. Last up, DPS. These people are the damage dealers of the party, and their main focus is to deal damage to enemies. The DPS role is also split into 3 subcategories: melee DPS, physical range DPS, and magical range DPS. Melee DPS gets up close and personal to your target, physical range DPS focuses on attacking from a distance, and magical range DPS focuses on casting spells to attack your opponents. When I began Final Fantasy XIV, I started as an archer since I love archer in real life, and then when I hit level 30, I upgraded that to a bard. When I got to Heaven's Ward, I decided to give the other roles a chance and ended up starting Dark Knight for the tank role and Astrologian for the healer role, though I mostly main Dark Knight through my Heaven's Ward playthrough. When I started Stormblood, I played as a samurai mostly because I watched the Stormblood trailer and was impressed by how cool it looked. When I started Shadowbringers, I picked up the Sage job, and to be honest, I think I found my main because I've been having so much fun with this job. I did not expect to be a healer main when I started this game, as I didn't want to be the reason the team wiped. After playing through all of Shadowbringers with Sage, I can honestly say I truly enjoy being a healer now, especially with Sage. With all the fast-paced healing and the cool barrier mechanics it has, it is really fun to play. Also, those instant Q times are pretty nice too. Now, am I Master Healer at this point? No. there are still times where my healing is inefficient and I cause the entire team to wipe. That's the thing I love about these jobs. You don't pick them up immediately and you just learn as you go. And if you wipe, okay, do it again, learn from your mistakes. What I love about this system is that you're not locked into one role for the entirety of the game. If you want to, you can completely play every single job and switch it up anytime you want to. Let's say I don't feel like playing Sage one day, I just want to focus on damage, boom, I just change my weapon and I'm instantly a DPS. If I want to focus on tanking, boom, switch the weapon, automatically a tank. Every job has a different playstyle, so I recommend you try each job and find a playstyle that matches best with you. I'm curious, what's the job you started off with and what's your current job now? Let me know in the comments, I would love to hear. My next favorite thing about Final Fantasy XIV is honestly something I did not expect to love so much, that being crafting and gathering. Usually when I play games, I tend to focus on the story and don't really do side quests or anything that doesn't progress the game. But one day I decided, you know what, let me just try blacksmith and just see how that feels. And my gosh, I was hooked. After giving that a shot, I can see why people love gathering and crafting so much. Similar to combat jobs, there are also non-combat jobs that focus on gathering and crafting. These jobs are split into two categories, Disciple of the Land and Disciple of the Hand. Disciple of the Hand are jobs where you take minerals you have and craft them to make items for you or to sell. You can take the items you crafted and sell them in the marketplace so you can make some money to help you on your journey. An example of this will be the goldsmith job, probably my favorite one so far. Goldsmith usually focuses on crafting accessories for your play to wear, ranging from rings, earrings, etc. Then there are the Disciple of the Land jobs where their focus is to gather materials in the wild. And same thing with Disciple of Hand, you can sell these items in the marketplace to gain some money. Or you can use these materials to help you craft items instead of having to buy them from the marketplace. A job example will be Miner, where they go to different regions to mine different ores and minerals that are located across the land. There are literally days where I would just hop on and craft items and gather materials for the entire day just because I find it so relaxing. So if you find that grinding dungeons all day may not be your thing, consider picking up crafting and gathering. Now my next and last point I want to talk about are raids, dungeons, and trials. Besides the story, these are probably my next favorite thing I love about this game. For those that don't know, dungeons are 4-man activities where you traverse through a certain area and find multiple enemies throughout. Trials are an 8-man activity where you and your team have to face off against one powerful boss and defeat it within a certain amount of time. Normal raids are an 8-man activity and have you face off against one boss or multiple bosses depending on the raid. Alliance raids are a 24-man activity where you pretty much run through multiple bosses back to back. While all of these are fun, I would have to say Trials will most likely be my favorite out of all of them. If I had to choose one of my favorite trials, it'd be the Final Steps of Faith from Heaven's Ward. Spoiler alert if you have not played through Heaven's Ward yet. You just witnessed Nidhogg best Hraesvelgr, and the last chance of hope, Hraesvelgr embodies the last of her power to you as you walk up to Nidhogg while Dragon Song is playing in the background. It sets the scene up perfectly as you prepare to enter the fight that will determine the outcome of the Dragon Song War. Guys, that moment gave me chills. Honestly, it was like I was watching the final chapter of an epic movie. Believe me, there are many great trials as well, but this one right here, this one solidified Final Fantasy XIV being one of the best games I ever played. As of this moment, I have not tried Savage Raid or Ultimate Raids. I know those are like the pinnacle of difficulty in Final Fantasy XIV. Let me know if you want to see me tackle some Savage or Ultimate content in a future video. Overall, I just want to say Final Fantasy XIV has been an amazing experience for me, and I highly suggest you give it a try if you have not. Whether you're into story, combat, crafting, or socializing, there's just something for everyone in this game. If you are on the fence about giving the game a shot, you can just download the free trial. The free trial comes with the base game and the first 2 experiences for free, so you can experience a large chunk of the game and explore many of its core features without having to pay for it. If you are currently playing Final Fantasy XIV, let me know in the comments what has your favorite experience been so far. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can get updated for future Final Fantasy XIV videos. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.